In this week's blogging video, we're talking about one of my favorite things, and that is graphics and how we create the graphics, and specifically Canva versus Illustrator, which are two of the leading graphic designers. We use both of them for different things here at BSL, and because we use both of them, I'm very opinionated about which ones I like, which out of the Illustrator and Canva I like best, and then which ones we use each of those design platforms for. So I'm gonna get super micro and dive into just kind of everything surrounded around Canva versus Illustrator. Okay, first I'm just gonna give a little bit of background. I do this in like basically every single video, and it takes like 10 seconds. So let me just get it out of the way. My name is Sophia. I started by Sophia Lee when I was going into my sophomore year of college. It was a blog that I started literally from my dorm room. And in the last 4 years, almost 5, actually this month it will be 5 years, which is insane. It has grown into over $1 million business, and we have multiple team members, and I've learned so much in the past 5 years. But if I can do it from my dorm room while juggling a full-time college schedule, you definitely can also start a blog. So this channel, I just give kind of my biggest tips, tricks, and takeaways from this blogging world. Basically everything that I wish I would have known. Back to the video. Okay, the subject of the video. So Canva versus Illustrator. As I said in the beginning of this video, we use both of these design platforms really regularly. And to start off, I'm just gonna assume that you don't know anything about Canva and Illustrator, and I'm gonna give a really quick overview on the differences between Canva and Illustrator. So Illustrator is the very intense and professional graphic design program. So I actually learned how to use Illustrator when I was in college, and also I did take some classes in high school, but like specifically I really learned my skills in college. If you did not go to college for like an arts degree, graphic design, I went for interior architecture, so they did teach us this in that program, but it's not like, you can definitely teach yourself how to use it. I wouldn't say it's the most complicated program in the world by any means, but you have to take time at it. Like there's just little shortcuts. And my fiance Ben, he's like a numbers guy, he's an accountant. If he ever was to try Illustrator, he would like lose his mind. Like it would drive him crazy and he'd get super frustrated. Like you have to have an eye for it, you have to have patience. Once you learn it, it's like it's the back of your hand. You know, that's a saying, right? Back of your hand. You know how to use it, and it's really easy, but you can do so many things in it. Like I do the most basic things on Illustrator. I'm like just scratching the surface on things that you can do. Like I actually really don't know how to use it that well, but Illustrator is extremely professional, and you can get really great graphics and high quality graphics on it. So that is like, Illustrator is that's like the industry standard. So for our planners, which is like our tangible products, we design all of those in Illustrator. And for our more like intense products and just things that were, you know, like when I created the sign for the house, I did that in Illustrator because then I could make it a vector image, which I send the vector image to the design. Like people in the design industry regularly use Illustrator, and so it's like, again, the standard. So then we have Canva. I have been a very long time user of Canva, but in the last 2 years, Canva has skyrocketed to the top of my list, like even above Illustrator, because at this point, with all the features that they've added into Canva, you can basically do every single thing that you can do in Illustrator in Canva, but it's so much easier. So like the BSL team, we use Canva literally every single day. Like every single day we're using it. And now, before I used Illustrator like every single day, and I wouldn't use Canva, but now I've totally like replaced every single thing possible that I can that I used to do on Illustrator on Canva. So I still have to do, again, the things that I said I did on Illustrator, but Canva is just so much easier. It's so much more user-friendly. And even for our team members that have like no graphic design experience, like Shelby, for example, she runs all the content calendar for the website. And she does so much stuff in Canva. She has never had a graphics design class in her lifetime, and she's like a Canva pro. It's just extremely easy to use, and they keep adding more and more and more features, which is like incredible. So we do have the pro version, but we just got the pro version in the last 6 months. Like I think I bought it in February of this year, which shows that previously we used the free version for the last 4 years. That's where we create all of our pins. We used to create all of our printables in Illustrator. We still do, but now if we were to create something, we probably just easily create it in Canva. I mean, there's just like all of our stories for Instagram we create in Canva. Our roundups now we create in Canva. Like it's just so easy, and some of the features that I like best for the paid version, and it's actually like very inexpensive, and you can get super good deals on it. Like if you are looking to get the Canva premium version, get one of those like Honey apps or Rakuten, and you can get like 80% off. It's really, really good. But one of our favorite things is like you can pull in a product and completely get rid of the background. You can add your own fonts. That was the real reason why we got the premium version, was to add in our own fonts. You can have like branding, so you can add in all your colors. There's just so much that you can do with it. And now you can create MP4s in it, so you can do like little GIFs. You can create PDFs. You can, I don't know, you can do just so many things on it. And one of my favorite, I feel like I said, Illustrator is like the leading standard. So you cannot get better than Illustrator. Like Canva is essentially trying to be Illustrator, which is really smart because they're doing it in a way that's easy for people to use. But like Illustrator still offers so many more things. And I think if you're in the industry, it'd be really hard for you to go to Canva just because you can do anything literally in Illustrator. But one of the coolest features of Canva now, I feel like I'm like really hyping Canva up, we just really actually like love it, is that you can have multiple people on one document and you can see their changes live. So like sometimes when we are trying to make a design decision on a graphic or whatever it is, we can like, I can go in there with another person who's across the country, and like Sarah lives in New York City, and I can literally like look at something with her and see what she's moving and be like, I like this over here. Ooh, that font needs to be bigger, that font needs to be smaller. She can give me what she thinks, and it's just such a community type of program where on Illustrator only one person at a time can use it, and so you'd have to save something, send it over, wait for that other person to edit it, they would then send to you, blah, blah, blah. In blogging, if you are just blogging, 100% get Canva, the free version. Start with the free version and then you can move up. Like I am in all of my videos, you'll hear me talk about like spend the least amount of money as possible when you're first starting your website, because the rate of people that actually keep going with their website, I always say like, if you would just keep going with your website, even when nothing's happening, you are gonna be successful. Like there's no way you're not. It's just it takes a long time to get your website going. So everyone just not everyone, but majority of people give up. So just spend the least amount of money as possible to make sure that you're actually gonna keep going with this. But at this point, like if we didn't have the planners, we would be doing every single thing in Canva. It's the best. It's free or super affordable. You can get multiple people on it. It has basically every feature you would need for your website. Like I said, at this point we make printables on it. We make our newsletter graphics on it. We make, I'm missing a big thing, all the story stuff on it, like all of our social media content on it. It's really the best. And I've listened to so many, like I'm just really proud of Canva company in general. Like I've listened to their podcast for years and years and years on the starters. They're from Australia, and it's just such a genius idea. Like I can't believe someone did. I guess remember that one thing that was like what was that other one that was like Canva but it was different, but genius idea. So that's kind of the different things that we use for each of those. Our most used Canva feature for sure is the photo backdrop, where you can like remove, if you've taken a product, you can remove the entire background and like a click. It's amazing. And then we just love how you can bring in our own fonts. You can change the sizes. You can save it at different qualities. The fact that multiple people can be in there at one time, it's just like really amazing. And now, like, I looked up an article on Canva versus Illustrator on Google, and basically she was like, I think she was the design professional, so like she's gonna like Illustrator more, and she was just like shitting on Canva a little bit in it, and I just like disagreed with a lot of her things that she was saying. I had a point to this, and now I'm completely blanking on the point on what I was trying to do here. But what did she say that you can't do in Canva that you can do in Illustrator? Nonetheless, Canva has just completely skyrocketed itself in the last year, literally 2 years. And that article that she posted was from 2018, and it's amazing to see what you can do from 2018, what the program did for 2018 to now. It's just so user-friendly. Also, another big thing that I love about Canva is you can save templates. So for printables, you can literally like save a template on there and then someone can go and download it. So that's just another pro to it. But that's a little bit of my Canva versus Illustrator opinion and what we use it for at BSL. Please leave us video suggestions. I think I'm almost going to, like, every single year I get more and more info, and so we're at the point where I really feel like I've gone through a majority of the things that like I can talk about, and I don't want to just keep repeating myself, which I feel like is starting to happen just like a little bit. So what I might do is circle back to some of like the basic videos. So like, what would I do in the very beginning? My top tips in the beginning. This is how I would start a blog if I was doing it now. These are the programs we swear by, like kind of going through each one of those. And like get back to the basics a little bit, which we do have all of those already, but now it's been like some of those videos were 2 years ago, so I want to revisit it. But please, if you have any video suggestions, literally every single idea, like video idea, we take from the comments on YouTube or in our Facebook group. We have 3 blogging courses. Now we have Perfecting Blogging, which is like how we do our SEO and the actual, like we get super micro on how we do our website and write our blog posts and set them up and do our pictures, everything surrounding around SEO and your actual blog post. And then we have Perfecting Pinterest, which is exactly how we do our Pinterest strategy. We get hundreds of thousands of Pinterest views to our website, which is the fastest way that you can get into an ad agency, and that getting into an ad agency is the fastest way that you can start earning money from your blog. And then we have Perfecting Email, which it's like a super intense, we always say like if you're just starting out, do not take this course. It's a super intense email strategy. But if you take any of those courses, you get into our Facebook group. So like in our Facebook group, we ask what types of things that they want to see too, and we get really micro in there. And actually the Facebook group is something I want to spend more time on this year. I feel like it could just be like so good. So anyways, please leave your suggestions for videos. We do a blogging YouTube video once a week, and it's one of my favorite things. I could talk about blogging literally all day long. It's just, it's so strategy based. Like I'm such a strategy person that I could just really expand, and I've done so much research on it. So please subscribe. We also have a weekly newsletter for our blogging friends and blogging friends. You guys are my blogging friends. But in there I give like my top tips and tricks, anything that I just discovered that I'm like, whoa, you need to know this. Any sales on like products that I use. I'm trying to think what else. If we stop using a program, I'll like send an email and be like, this is why we don't use this program because blah, blah, blah anymore. So it really is just the nitty gritty of the stuff. But hopefully this video was helpful. Let me know. I feel like everyone's gonna say that they love Canva. I would be shocked if people say that they like Illustrator more than Canva, but maybe I'm living under a rock on that one. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you at next week's blogging video.